Well, hello everyone. I've been asked to do some piano teaching. I am not an expert at it by any means. I just use what I need to create my own music. And this keyboard used to be like a mountain to me. I didn't get it. I can read music. I took 4 years of music theory in high school. This is how I do my drum scores for my music. This is my new song, Valentine Once More, which is out there on streaming now and on my YouTube. And so I create my own drum score. I used to be a drummer, still am, I guess, technically. Um, so I lay down my drum tracks on here, one note at a time, and I record them on 6 sequences. This is an the Yamaha MOX8 keyboard that I got in 2014. And I do almost all my music on here. And actually this has a USB out. It goes into the back of my Yamaha mixer, which connects to my computer and Adobe Audition. And if you see, that is the actual tracks that I created on here for Valentine Once More. And I don't know, maybe if this video gets popular, I'll do more. My daughter, Lauren, she asked me if I could do this for her, create a video. Some things don't always work out like you want. But you gotta laugh at yourself sometimes, Don't be so perfectionism, Music is not about being perfect. Music has all kinds of incidentals in it. I learned that in high school, in marching band, doing the Bach stuff, all the great compositions, that we played in symphonic bands and all of that. So what I'm going to do in this first series, and I'm going to try to keep some semblance of time here and not make it too long. But I want to give you enough to get started. Last night I played here at the hotel, and there were probably over 60 people in and out in our social evening here, where there was food and drinks. And the family a family that had been here as long as we have, their young son just got a keyboard for Christmas. And so I was visiting with them after the show, and the mom asked me if I would help teach their son. And so I said, well, my daughter just asked me to do a video, and so I've had other people ask me to do something too to help them. So I'm launching out there, okay? And we'll see how it goes. This song here that I'm going to illustrate is Hallelujah by Jeff Buckley. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to play it, okay? Because once you learn the basics about this incredible keyboard, and really a guitar is about the same thing. The guitar has like a segment of 22 notes per string, and I think it goes higher and lower than the actual keyboard. And I've actually illustrated that before too, which I may put out there as well at some point on my website. But if you want to know anything about what we're doing, my website is joseph-james.net. The events we're doing is gcuevents. What is the nonprofit? .org, okay? gcuevents.org. So where we're starting here is, I'm going to start out with an easy way for you to get started, okay? You see these two black notes here? All of the black notes are sharps and flats, okay? So your main keys are down here. So if you go to the note to the left of that is always C. These are octaves. This is middle C. Now I have the ability to transpose here and make these things go everywhere, but for the sake of a keyboard, of a piano, this is your middle C. So you can get there, and then B and A. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And it just, you start from here, C, 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 and C. You see? So let's get started here. Now, I guess I'll start out with Hallelujah. And if you look at this, if you notice, hopefully you can, I don't know if you can blow that up or not, or I'll make it a little bit bigger on here. See, it's G, E minor, G, E minor, C, and D. Okay, so you need to know a few chords to play this, okay? Now, I know that your major chords are 1, 4, and 5, okay? No, 1, 3, and 5, actually. So, yeah, your major keys are 1, 4, and 5. Your chords are different. And I just count them out like this because each note here is called a half step, okay? So you have C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, there's no E sharp, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, back to C, right? Now, if you're playing in a flat, it would go like this. You could go, I'm going to back it down the other way. So C, B, B flat, A flat, G, G flat, F, there's no flat here, E, E flat, D, D flat, C, B, B flat, A. Okay, so there's no, and between B and C, there's no flat or sharp. Okay, so there is never going to be a B sharp or a C flat. Here, between E and F, there's never going to be an E sharp or an F flat. Okay, that's just the way it is. So once, if you can figure this out on this scale, it will help you in everything else you do. So with Jeff Buckley's song Hallelujah, it's in the key of G. So in the key of G, the 1, 4, 5, we have the G chord, the C chord, and the D chord. So we have G, C, and D. Now there's half steps in there and stuff like that, and you know, you can get into that studying if you want to. But for the sake of time and everything, I do it like this. So how do I know what these other two are? I've got my G right here, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 half steps. Okay, so that's the second part of the G chord, right? And they're 1, 3, 5. So and somehow they get to 3 that way, and I haven't gone back to it. But anyway, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have a G and we have a B. And it's 6, 7, 8. G, B, D. That's the G chord, okay? And it's actually 1, 3, 5. There's half steps and all that involved, so you can check that out if you want to get into it. But just for the sake of going fast, this is what we're going to do. So we have the G chord here. G, B, and D. The next chord on there is a C. So what is the C chord? You start out with C, okay? The chord always starts out with your bass note. So C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So C and E are the first two, 6, 7, 8. So C, E, and G is the C chord, okay? And the other chord, the other major chord is a D. Okay, we start off with D, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is an F sharp, 6, 7, 8, which is an A. So we have D. D, F sharp, and A. So we have G, C, D, okay? Now this song has a minor in it, okay? So I'm gonna throw that in just to be able to play it. But there's 3 majors and 3 minor chords, okay? So you have G, C, and D are your major chords in the key of G. And then you have E minor, A minor, and B minor that are your minor chords, okay? I don't know if you want me to, I guess for the sake of the study, I'll put in all of the minors. So your minor is actually these notes. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So if you wanted an E major chord, this would have to be the fifth one, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's your E major chord. Now to get your minor, you take that middle note and you back it down a half a step, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Everything else stays the same. So this is your E minor. It starts with E. It's not a major. It's one half step down. So you have E minor. And you do the same for A minor, which is right here. Your A major's here. You back that down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's your A chord. You back that one down. You have an A minor. And then the other one is B minor, right? So B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's your B chord. Half a step down, which is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 half steps. And that's your B minor, okay? Now, all I'm going to play with, going through one verse of this song, and I haven't practiced it that much. I played it last night, and thankfully I got through. I made a few mistakes in it. I haven't practiced for a while. I had some seizures this year, and it's really messed with me. The actual drugs, not the seizures and aneurysm. So I didn't get to practice a lot before last night. The crowd was great. There's that perfection thing. You do your best. If you do your best, that's all you can do. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the chords here, okay? And here, all I'm going to do is do my bass notes, okay? These are octaves. So here's my G chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. G chord, and then I've got a G here and a G here. I don't know if your hand is big enough to do that. If not, you can always play just one note. See, it's all the G chord, right? And then we're going to go to C, C and C, the C chord. We go to D, 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 and you can play like the D down here. If you want it real low, you can play the D here. If you want it higher, or you can go like here or here. This is all the C chord. I start out in D, and then I put another D here, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in, and I'm going to play this song strictly by the chords, but I'm going to fill in some of the notes, the chord notes, okay? So this is how you can do it. I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major left a baffled king composing hallelujah. You see, that was all of this in here. Yeah, sometimes you hit wrong notes. And if you practice enough, obviously it will work out. I haven't played this keyboard in over a year until recently. We just got to this hotel about a month ago, and so I've been going through and practicing my music again, and it's okay. Sometimes things happen in your life and you have to recover. So that is Hallelujah by Jeff Buckley. And I've also added a new verse. I had a couple of friends say, hey, you need to record your version of it because everybody liked it last night. And I had one lady comment, she said, that's the best I've ever heard it played and sung. So I may do that. I may practice more and just do it. But there's another song that I wrote. And this friend of mine who showed me how to do this, I am forever grateful for her. It's in Junction, Colorado, Grand Junction, Colorado, back in 92 or 93. It might have been 93. And it just opened up everything. I can play worship choruses, praise and worship music. You can play anything. And you can come up with your own things. It's like, you can go that, where you start walking in between. So use that bass to kind of walk in between. So you can put different notes in between. This is a song that I wrote in 1993. And it's just 3 chords, E minor, C, and D. Now let's start over again. All chords, 3 chords. So, and then I have one that's called The Gift. I think that one's on my YouTube. Some of them I have privatized because I'm going to go back and re-record some of these songs I have out there. I'm doing a lot better now than I was years ago when I recorded those. This is my son's favorite song. I've got over 100 songs on this thing here. So this one's written in the key of D, and it has an F sharp minor, and that's basically it. And I'm doing the chords here, and then maybe some walk downs in between. So the song kind of goes like this. Beheld you as you took me by the hand, as tears streaming down my face, and you looked beyond my shameful ways, deep into my heart, and your love soothed my aching soul. So yeah, I mean, you don't even have to do any other kind of fancy stuff, but you can, and you can get to that point. And so when I put my drums in there, and I'll put the lead instrument in there, whether it's the guitar or the keyboard, then I can go and I can change what instrument I want to play. If I want to play a flute, I can go in there and I don't know why I chose the flute of all things, but okay. So I can come down in here, and I put a flute in this new Valentine Once More song. I can come up here and put a tenor sax in there, do a whole section. Do a soft tenor. And I think this is the one I put in that song too, because I've got the flute and the saxophone together. And it's a love song um, for Valentine's Day. You know, I can come in here, do brass, a trumpet, and I played the trumpet in 6th grade. There's strings. So I want to do a violin, a cello, if I go far enough, you know, it's got a French horn, it's got some other things. Let's say I want to go into the guitar. There's a steel guitar, acoustics, nylon guitar. Let's see if I can find lead guitars. Now you can pick out whatever kind. I use some of these down here. I don't remember which ones at the moment, but bear with me just a fraction. It has so many sounds in it. And I actually have one of those. You know, some of these, it doesn't really do the lead guitar a lot of justice. You know, I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff with this thing. There's one called Snake Finger. This is Voodoo Man. Over the top. Do this one, use this one in my Dare to Dream song. You know, I've done all of my own tracks, with the exception of one song. I had a young man, he was going to UTSA. I gave him a ride with Lyft, and he was majoring in music, and he plays cello, and he sent me the cello part to my On a Cold Dark Night song. So if you want to hear that, it's a Celtic song. And then it also has bass guitar too, which is where I get my bass sounds. Now I play my bass guitar through here. I pick the one that I want, and then it comes out with that. So if I get enough views on this and I get enough requests asking for more about how I put music together, I'll do some more videos. But I hope this helps. You know, music is pretty much what you want to make it. You know, there's all kinds of stuff out there. There's a lot of indie artists, and you can do what I call the real thing. I don't want to use AI with my music. I want it to be my stuff. I don't want it to be pulled from somebody else. And, you know, because I'm very concerned about that. I don't do any perfecting on my voice. You know, I'll add a little bit of the reverb, and depending on what kind of sound I want. So I hope this helps, and let me, you know, comment under the video and let me know what you think. I am not a professional that gets out there on the stage and does everything perfect. I've had to work my whole life and full time, and then this has been on the extra, like a lot of artists have to do. So I've had instruments, and then we got into a financial bind. I lost the instruments. I've written over 400 songs since 1988 when I found out I could actually write music. And I'm just out here doing what I love to do. I feel like the Lord told me to get back after this. So now I'm practicing again. I'm putting 2 new albums together. And, you have to do what you want to do. You have to do what He's telling you to do. If He's given you the gift, then maybe you need to ask Him, how do you want me to use it? And I think that everybody should be heard. I don't think that people that don't practice, that don't take it seriously, should get out there and cause a train wreck. But if you've got a message to people and you're diligent and you do your best, you have your own sphere of influence of people that need to hear your message, okay? And get it out there. Some people are raised up to be big famous rock stars and country stars and all of that. But you know what? It's the people around you that need to hear what you got. And so I want to encourage you, go for your dreams, because we don't know when God's going to open that door to get you in the place in front of thousands or millions, but everybody's got a story to tell. And if we don't tell it, somebody who needs to hear it won't hear it. So I used to be shy. I didn't want to be heard. I for sure didn't want them to hear my voice because I was told I couldn't sing as a kid. So, you've got to go through the fears. You've got to push yourself and allow His grace to help. He has changed my voice so much as I have worshiped, as I have praised, as I have dared to get out there. And it's hard to sing when you're afraid. So build up the confidence. And the way you get better is by getting out there in front of people and knowing that if you screw up, so what? Join the human race, okay? If they're wanting that much perfection from you, that's on them. If they want to critique you, that's on them. Don't take it personal, okay? So practice, practice, practice. You can go out there, you can purchase some chord books, you can download them online, you can go look at other music YouTube videos. There's tons of information out there. So take what you can from what I just showed you and go forth and let me know how you're doing. God bless you. Have a great day.